I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, no, this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world?
Hey, it's your boy Miguel G with the VOW Wrestling New Japan Rebound Podcast. I have a guest for you, folks.
Yeah, that's what. Hey, man, shout out to Value of Wrestling. I'm right here with the Big Oos, San Jose. We're gonna shut the shit down. Love and respect, all right? Value of Wrestling. Hello.
Man, thank you, brother. Thank you.
This is the value of wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.
Oh, you didn't know? You better tell somebody. We are here. We are live. This is the Value Wrestling. This is your Dynamite Post Show review for January 17th, and already getting past the middle of another month, heading into another year. And the older I get, the faster they go. And we are here to do this. We're going to talk about everything that went down on AEW Dynamite for January 17th, 2024. Feel free to join in the chat, join in the conversation. Make sure you go ahead and join in the poll there. And give this video a like so it'll get out in the algorithm and we'll find more people. Share this out if you get the opportunity, but we're going to jump into this. We're going to dive deep into this. We're going to talk about AEW Dynamite for January 17th, 2024. I'll repeat that again and again and again because it's the way it's going to go. And I will survive this show. Hello, cat. And the cat makes its appearance. I don't know. Yeah, you can see it on the main show. Hello, Cinder. Anyways, let me introduce you to my cohort, my tag team partner for tonight, the one, the only. All right. Leave that, ladies and gentlemen. What are you going to do, cat? Stay out of my tea, please. Stay out of my tea. Let's get down here. And, of course, you know me. On the big time, rocking it like I always do right here on the Value Wrestling YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Glad that you just got off, Miguel. Glad that you were able to get in the chat. Hold it down, la-di-da. Of course, Miguel Z, New Japan Master, the man who just dropped his last episode of New Japan Rebound yesterday. Go ahead and check that video out if you want to know what happened at Battle in the Valley. A lot to talk about there. A lot to talk about going forward. Jack Perry in New Japan Pro Wrestling. No talk about him on AEW TV. No mention. So we'll have to see how that plays out. We'll see what happens with the scapegoat there. But we got a show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got a show. That's about as hyped as I can tell you. We got a show. We start off with the TNT Championship match. Christian Cage versus Dustin Rhodes, who just basically walked up and challenged Christian on last week's thing. So now, of course, Dustin Rhodes, I guess, has got an impeccable record for last year. I forget what the announcers actually said about his record, but he has so many records. So I guess they're going to push records now again. Who knows? We'll see how long that lasts. Anyways, get a lockup. Rhodes corners Cage. Cage lets the referee stop him. Rhodes backs up and they meet again in the center. Cage calls for a test of strength. Dustin is down, but Cage kicks the midsection. Hits a surprise right hand and another third. Drops Rhodes. Whip to the corner, or whip to the ropes. Power slam from Rhodes. Cage rolls out of the ring. Rhodes walks over and Cage sweeps the legs and pulls him towards the post, but Rhodes pulls him into the post with his legs. Rhodes sends Cage into the barricade and hits a chop. He drags Cage over to the table and slaps him head first into it. Back rake Rhodes with a right to the head. He tosses Cage into the steps, knees first. Rhodes then sends Cage into the ring. He mounts and pulls Cage up, right hand to the dome. He gets the full 10 and breathes it in. Cage with a surprise right climbs the corner. Rhodes follows. Cage hits his side a few times, then drops Rhodes down to the apron and then to the mat. Cage to the top rope. He flies off the top rope onto Rhodes on the outside. Outside before we go to commercial break. I think this is a picture break, which I might just go commercials. I don't need picture in picture. It's too hard to stay focused on that. Anyways, we're back, and Cage dives off the top rope with a headbutt, but Rhodes rolls out of the way. Both men are on their knees. They trade blows. Both men up. Bulldog off of Rhodes. Cover for 1-2. No. Rhodes grabs the legs and launches Cage chest first into the corner. Rhodes spreads the legs. The crowd loves it. Rhodes runs for it, but Cage kicks out. He rushes Rhodes. Rhodes drops to his knees, hits an uppercut. Code red. Cover 1-2. No. Rhodes heights up the crowd, then gets dropped on the ropes. Cage steps on the back and pulls up on the ropes and flies over. Goes for a right. Rhodes moves, hits his own, and then Rhodes hits the ropes, then flies right into a fish. Cage pulls Rhodes back onto the ropes, then heads to the top. He hits a frog splash. Rhodes with a cradle, but Aubrey is distracted. Nick Wayne runs into the ring and pushes Cage into the pin. Aubrey turns. She counts 1, 2, no. Rhodes kicks out. Cage corners him. Big slap from Rhodes. Chop right. A right hand into the corner. He grabs the head and goes for the bulldog, but Cage shoots him off and then hits him with the back elbow. He climbs to the second rope. Rope kicks his legs to split him. Rhodes runs with a huge kick to the Golden Globes. Rhodes climbs up, slaps Cage, hits a suplex. He holds on. Crossroads. Cover 1, 2, and no. Nick Wayne sweeps the legs of Rhodes ahead outside, and Rhodes heads outside. Cage is trying to remove the buckle cover, so Aubrey is distracted. Goozle from kill switch. Rhodes kicks him. Wayne flies off the corner. Rhodes catches him. Code red to Wayne. He gets in the ring. Cage shoots him into the corner. Cage waits. Rhodes turns. Spear. Kill switch. Not the character, but the actual move on this one. 1, 2, no. Cage pulls him up. Rhodes with the middle finger. Another kill switch. Again, not the wrestler, the move. And we get a 1, 2, 3. Christian Cage, 14 minutes, 26 seconds on this match. Christian Cage retains his title as expected. It was a decent match for these two guys. Felt like a WWE match more than a AEW match. I wonder why. Your thoughts?
Well, the reason why is because this was basically a name value match. Like, the whole draw was the equity they put in their careers previously. Neither one of them really showed us anything new. This wasn't about being a showcase for what do we do. What's the present about? This was, we're going to give Christian Cage a win, continue his championship reign, and that's it.
His second championship reign as TNT champion. Let's remember that. This is his second reign. He didn't lose the title. Anyways, we're backstage. Renee has Swerve Strickland and brings out the main event. Swerve says he has his eyes everywhere. He'd be foolish not to paying attention. It doesn't matter who wins. He's laser focused. He's the most dangerous man going after the most coveted title in the industry. I don't know if the AEW World title's that coveted. It doesn't feel that important. Sadly, I love Joe with it, but it doesn't feel as important sometimes as Christian Cage with his TNT title right now. Sorry. Renee brings up Hangman Page and says he has eyes everywhere. He calls Page impeccable, but he beat Omega, Danielson, Moxley. He ran through Strong, Drake, Claudio. Hell, if God came down from the heavens, Page would have a chance, but he still couldn't beat Swerve. He's done it twice. He has no reason to do it again or to prove it. So we get
exactly what makes you believe we're going to get a triple threat at Revolution.
Is this how they make Joe lose the title without pinning Joe? That we're going to get here?
I don't know that or not.
Anyways, we are back with Mr. No NDA, Chris Jericho. He's with Renee. And he's asked, where do he and Sammy go from there? Jericho says the titles were ripped out of their hands by Don Callis' family. They lost him to lose an injured Sammy. Takeshita hit him with a kendo stick. What does he does he use for revenge? Barbed wire bat, painted glass. He will seek and destroy Takeshita as Ash. What is it? Takeshita is okay.
Basically.
Well, they have Shinsuke. I forget what's Takeshita's first name. Oh no, it's Tedeschi. Suzuki,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was like, am I reading Shinsuke Nakamura here for some reason? Anyways. In
Yeah,
comes
you put the
Matt
wrong person.
Sydal, because why does Matt Sydal matter to anything? I think the last thing he had importance was he was running around with Christopher Daniels as the tag team of the Third Eye. I don't know why Matt Sydal is here. He's here to tell Jericho that he knows Jericho better. He needs to fight someone who has beaten him before like him. Jericho respects him as a wrestler, so they'll do it at Rampage. So that'll get them butts in the seat right there. I'll pull a Tony Schiavone statement, and that'll put the butts in the seat. Yes. Everybody will be there to see Chris Jericho to take on Matt Sydal. Oh, yay. Rampage. Oh, they're cooking on Rampage there, pal.
They're cooking, man. They're cooking.
And this commentator.
They're turning Rampage is already the Sunday night heat of AEW. What are they doing putting Jericho on Rampage?
All it matters, well, because that's a safe place to keep him right now. Because nobody really watches. Rampage and Collision try to compete for who has the less amount of viewers nowadays, it seems like. And this person said, well, that was random, and you're absolutely right. And the best wrestler in the world is here, because we have Orange Cassidy teaming up with Trent Beretta to take on Penta El Miro and Commander. Why? Don't know. Do we care? Probably not.
If I felt like it was going somewhere, I would care a little more. But even as someone who just watches the in-ring action, I'm just like, where is this going? What does this mean? What does this matter?
It doesn't matter. That's what I tell you. Anyways, Penta and OC start. Penta does his hand thing. OC removes his glasses and hands them to Knox. OC tries for the pockets, but Penta stops him and goes I don't know, on him. OC tries for the pockets. Penta grabs the arms and kicks the hammy. Arm drag from OC, one from Penta. I'm sorry, I do not write these notes. Penta tries one. OC dodges, misses a leg drop, hits the rope, spins for a DDT, but Penta holds the legs, then shoots off of him. OC goes for pockets, but Penta hits with a super kick. OC to the outside. Penta hits the ropes for a dive, but Trent comes in to stuff him. Commander in, drop kick to Penta, then he hits a suicide dive on OC to the outside. Trent in, half and half. He rolls out, grabs OC and sends him back in for a pin, and we get a 1-2 no. Commercial break. We are back. Commander sends Trent to the outside. OC runs to the stop, the tag. Commander up kicks, and OC drags him only to get kicked into the corner. Commander gets the tag. OC swings, misses, sling blade from Penta. Another big kick. Penta lifts for a mate in Japan, stalls, and Commander hits a suicide dive. Penta hits it, covers 1-2 no. Commander to the top. Trent trips him up. OC hits a DDT on Penta. Tag to Trent. Trent with a bunch of rights. Commander chops, but Trent tries for a powerbomb. Commander escapes, locks legs, turns it into a cradle for a 1-2 no. Another pin with a crucifix for a 1-2 no. Chop from Trent. Trent rushes Penta, kicks and connects. Penta runs into Commander's back. Destroyer. Commander to the top rope. He walks it. Huge splash. Cover 1-2 no. OC in to break it up. Penta in, gets sent right back out. Tail whip kick from Commander to OC. He climbs to the top rope. He tries for a Phoenix Splash, lands on his feet. Trent flies out of the corner with a knee. Penta in, kicks Trent in the face, hits the ropes. OC pushes Trent out of the way and catches Penta. Beach breaker, orange punch on Commander. 1-2 3 as Trent captures legs and sits on Commander's face. And we get a decent solid match of 10 minutes, 19 seconds. And this fucker said this is a 5-star match. I don't know where you got that from. You must have been smoking some good stuff to see a 5-star match in that. It was a match. I don't know how to get excited about it. I don't know where you dig at 5 stars. It was to put Orange Cassidy pretty much on TV. That's all I got to say about that. Your thoughts on the match of OC, Trent Beretta, El Penta Zero Miro, and Commander?
I just didn't care. I was more interested, sadly, by the aftermath than I was the match itself.
Yes, the aftermath, where we got the 3 jokers of wrestling. Anyways, Trent appears a tad frustrated, but gets over quickly. Chuck Taylor enters the ring for a hug, but they are cut off by the Kingdoms. No, you idiot, it's the Undisputed Kingdom. You gotta get that right if you're gonna write notes about wrestling. It's not just the Kingdom; it's the Undisputed Kingdom. We get Roderick Strong, Matt Tate, and Mike Bennett. They get in the ring. Strong grabs the mic, and of course, he has to fucking say his stupid shit. Orange! Like, okay, it doesn't work for anybody else. Give it up. He wants to say it to OC's face. He wants to take off his glasses. He's yelling at OC to take off his glasses. Ooh, and he doesn't take off his glasses. We get the three jokers of professional wrestling. They don't feel any more serious. We know Roderick Strong wants the international title. OC says basically, okay, let's do it right now. Orange Cassidy's ready to fight. And then the booch that is named Roderick Strong says, no, I want to wait 6 weeks. I want to make you think about it for 6 weeks. I want to make you think about it. We're going to do it at Revolution. Which, cool, whatever. Whatever, don't care enough. Roderick Strong doesn't come off as serious enough. And the two bozos that are with him, I'm just like, are they the Undisputed Kingdom? Are they the jokers of professional wrestling as the Kingdom? Like, if you're going to be a part of a serious devil organization, can I get a little bit of seriousness? Can we drop the stupid him saying everybody's name with the weird over-exaggeration? I guess it's a good heel gimmick. It gets under your skin. It works in that sense, if you want to say that, but I don't care. Don't care about anything that went down. I mean, Orange Cassidy, I love Orange Cassidy to an extent, but even for me, I'm getting tired of him. It's like he's always there. It's the same shtick. Yeah.
And that's the problem. Like, we all know Orange Cassidy's good, but when it's the same thing over and over, and there's no change, there's no evolution, there's no nothing, it's like, They say good things only last so long.
I can only assume OC is going to lose this title to Roderick Strong at Revolution now that they're actually putting on a pay-per-view. And this is the one time that I kind of go, I don't know if this is even a pay-per-view quality match. It'll probably be in-ring style, but
In-ring,
I mean...
I would say yes. The build to, however, it ain't looking so good.
No. So now we're going to pro Hangman with Renee. Renee's staying busy tonight. He says he cared about the title and needed it into the past 5 years more than anyone. I guess he needed it more than anyone. I don't know about that, but anywho. The thing is, he wanted to win the title, but in 2024, he will hold it and make it his. He will put his name on it and keep it there for as long as he can. Instead of forever, like a champion should feel. Oh, I'll keep it there as long as I can. Like, why don't you just say it's going to stay there? I mean, if you're this huge babyface of this cowboy shit, I would expect you to be like, and it's going to stay there forever because I'm that big of a badass. Not, I'll keep it there for as long as I can.
Everybody says that, and obviously it's not going to happen. I did like the fact it was a little more realistic about it.
Mm. Renee brings up Swerve. He says that Paige can't beat him. He doesn't think about Swerve at all, which is fucking garbage. It doesn't matter if Paige can't beat him because he is not the world champion. If who could do it, God be with you. If it is who. Hey man, over here. Oh, I'll be the world champion. Cool. Then we go into Swerve, and he goes, I don't think about Swerve. Booch. That's a bullshit lie. I'd be thinking about Swerve every day. First, he went into your kid's house, punked you out in a wrestling match. You haven't beat him. He's over here going, you can't beat me. I'm sorry. I don't know if the world championship would be my number one thing. Getting my revenge on the man who's punked me out and making him feel endless pain in some fashion in some type of match would probably be it. But no, he's not the world champion, so I don't care about Swerve. Booch. My bud.
You are lying?
Like for a minute, they get Hangman feeling special, and then they drop it, and it's just like, no, don't tell me you don't think about that, man. Anyways, well, it has been a year, and we have Mark Briscoe and the Briscoe family as they introduced, but only Mark Briscoe came out and did his little talk about things, about the car wreck, representing his brother. They really didn't, it was weird because it was like, if you knew it was for Jay Briscoe, it was kind of like a moment to remember Jay Briscoe, then cool. But if you didn't, then you might have been a little lost. You're going, what? Huh? Oh, okay. If you're just learning about what happened a year ago. And then they talk about his nieces who were in the car, and this one niece was never going to walk again. But I guess she was a part of this group that walked out. They didn't really say, and here she is. Like I would think, okay, give the little girl a little more prop than that. But again, I guess you could tell on the girls, they were both giggling and laughing, so they probably were very uncomfortable being live in front of a crowd like that. So that makes sense. And then we get a video package of the Briscoes, somewhat about Jay, but nothing like, we didn't get like in memory of or anything special. And I don't get why we didn't get the video package first to present Jay coming out to make the announcement. This felt like Mark went to Tony Khan going, can I do something for my brother? And again, this also feels like Tony Khan cashing in on the death of Jay Briscoe. If I'm going to be honest, I feel like this is just Tony Khan going, oh yeah, it's that 1 year thing. Tony Khan has done more for Brody Lee and his passing in the last 2 months than this segment alone. But all it feels like, oh yeah, we got to remember Jay Briscoe because that's the only reason Mark Briscoe is even on AEW TV. And how important is Mark Briscoe? Hey, let's take this up for a minute. Let me pause, slow down. We'll back up a little bit. How important is Mark Briscoe on AEW TV? Remember people who said, "Oh, the Continental Classic was great. There were so many stories in the Continental Classic." Where are those stories today? Where's Mark Briscoe in his rookie year, and now he's going to come in his sophomore year and be the badass Mark Briscoe that everybody knew in Ring of Honor? What about Jay Lethal and his falling down? All those stories that were in the Continental Classic, everybody said, "Oh, the Continental Classic was great because it had stories. It had meaningful stories." My ass. Your thoughts on the Jay Briscoe thing, the memory moment here?
To a degree, it can be considered a nice gesture, but to me, it's just an overarching reminder that the only reason why Mark Briscoe has a job in AEW is because his brother passed. And that is just so sad because Mark Briscoe is worthy of having a contract by himself, let alone as a part of a tag team in this company. But it's not that Tony Khan didn't want the Briscoe brothers in his company. That's a Warner Brothers Discovery thing. So it's like he just wasn't allowed.
Why didn't you see him?
By the same token, it's like,
why didn't you sign him to Ring of Honor contracts then and not put him on AEW TV?
They were under Ring of Honor contract.
Okay.
That did happen. But Ring of Honor at the time didn't have TV either.
Yeah.
They weren't even doing what they're doing now with the Honor Club.
No, yeah.
So, as good as a nice of a gesture as this can be looked upon, like I said, it's just a reminder that the only reason why Jay Briscoe has a job on national TV right now is because of the passing of his brother. That's
this didn't feel like, if you saw what he did for Brody Lee, and they did a couple things. They had a whole night of wrestling for Brody Lee. Hey, Preston Vance got attention for like 3 nights in a row because of Brody Lee in a remembrance, and we brought -0.
Trying to.
We got -0 there, yeah. And Anna Jay got a big win because of it all. And -1 got attention, and Jay Briscoe, we got like a half-ass try. Yes, they put a video package together, but it was barely a video package. Like, they didn't even let that full song play through. It didn't feel as impactful. If you would have played it before and then had Mark Briscoe come out and talk about his brother, maybe. But it felt like this was a last-minute throw thing together. Oh, it's been a year. My bad. I hate to say it, and it's nothing against Mark Briscoe.
I disagree with you. So.
I hate to say anything about Mark Briscoe or this young lady who was told by doctors she was never going to walk again. We are not criticizing that aspect. Mark Briscoe should have gotten more time, and this girl should have gotten her moment of like, hey, that's miraculous, and, more power to him. But I don't feel like Tony or AEW represented this as something as special, as elite, as a moment that should be captured in our hearts and taken as a moment where everybody, we should even gotten could we not get a 10-bell salute there? Could we not have got a moment of silence after it? Something, but no. All righty. And like I said tonight, Renee was busy, and we get the return of Matt and Nick Jackson. Oh, excuse me. We need to refer to them by their God-given names, Nicholas and Matthew Jackson, because they are executives. They are MVPs. They talk about the rumors. Doesn't believe that she does. None of these are true. Let's just say that some are true. What would he do to preserve and protect your life? What would she do to protect your baby? He knows what he would do. What would you be willing to lose? Friends, legacy, reputation, if it meant that there would be a healthy, substantial company like AEW would you still do it? He would. He would do it all over again. And they mentioned that she got paid last week. They talk about Sting briefly, and we get a weird swerve because they're like, oh, Sting's great, but Sting represents what is the thing that might have brought the toxicity. Basically, we got a promo that felt more like they were talking about CM Punk than they were talking about Sting. They're not challenging Sting. All of a sudden, they're like, we're going to go pull some strings. So I don't know if Tony Khan's balking because of the backlash of Sting versus the Young Bucks that was presented. And they didn't say they're going to face Sting and Darby Allin. But most of this felt like undertones that they were throwing shade at CM Punk still. And I'm like, he's gone from the company. It's your guys' company. You want to be the EVPs. You want to run this stuff. You want to be good. Quit worrying about CM Punk and the underlining shadow crap, because it's like he's gone. He's moved on. He's in WWE, outselling everybody. Again, he's probably still your top seller in AEW. I haven't checked in a minute. The only reason he's getting beaten WWE right now because R-Truth, it's just the Judgment Day R-Truth stuff, just comedy magic that just happened kind of by accident and wasn't really intended to happen. But hey, Anyways, my Matthew and Nicholas Jackson with their little porn mustaches. Whatever. Your thoughts on the segment, sir?
I believe the reason why they're still indirectly talking about CM Punk is because what made the Young Bucks popular is taking things that have happened to them in the real world and turning it to use for their characters. You know, you start simple with, oh, you say we throw too many super kicks? Well, now we're gonna have a super kick party. You know, everything promo wise, they try to turn into something that will work for them. That's going to be good for their careers and also make enemies at the same time in the real world.
Well, see, I call them booches for this fact. You want to take real life stuff, but when you had CM Punk there and could have cashed in on that cow instead of being petty bitches, and you could have cashed in on the cow and worked with CM Punk and gotten that money, gotten that moment, you didn't. But now that he's gone, now you still want to play this little game. I'm like, I get where you can take real life stuff and twist it around, cool, but it's like, yeah, give up on Punk.
I'm saying I believe that's the.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's good, bad, or otherwise.
No, I'm just saying I get exactly what you're saying. Yes, it's good for business to play with it, but I'm also kind of like, you didn't do it while I was there. You know, Spunk's got to be on good behavior. I'm like, boys, get in the ring and do business, make money. That would have been solid gold. The Elite versus CM Punk and FTR, that would have been magical. And by the way, where are FTR? Are they still off in North Carolina dancing with Daniel Garcia? By the way, wasn't Daniel Garcia in the Continental Classic? Didn't he have a story? Where did that story go? Oh, yeah, that's right. All you people who want to say the Continental Classic was great because it had stories. Have those stories paid off?
The only one that's continuing is the Daniel Garcia one because they're still trying to tout him like he's moving up the ranks. You know, slowly but surely, he's becoming a better pro wrestler, and he's doing it.
Until you watch the end of his show and he's dancing in the ring with FTR and Adam Copeland. And then you're just like...
I don't think that aired. I think that was on social media, but I get your point.
Anyways, from there we got wrestling again. Yay. A 6-man tag match. The Mogul Embassy, the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions against Bullet Club Gold. Jay and Toa to start. Jay with some chops, trying to cut the big man down. Toa with a back fist to the chest, drops Jay with ease. He steps on the head, then grabs the head and turns Jay. He lays Jay onto the corner and hits knees. Bishop with a Stenton over the top, off the tag, cover for 1-2. No, dragon screw from Jay. Tag to Colton, who hits some stomps in the corner. Tag to Cage, Brian Cage, not Christian Cage, who corners Austin off of his tag. High kicks in the corner. German sends him flying. Tag to Bishop. Toa rushes the corner, gets kicked. He tries the same on Bishop, but he hits a backstabber, and Toa drops an elbow onto the chest of Austin. Cover 1-2. No. Commercial break. We are back. Colton with the tag. He sends Toa outside with a drop kick. Big splash to Cage in the corner. He hits the ropes. Neck breaker. He lifts and drops Bishop. Then covers for 1-2. No. Kick from Colton. Suck it, which was silence. He did the whole suck it thing, and all of a sudden the sound, at least for me, cut out. Bishop rolls out of the way. Toa runs in. Big pounce to Colton. Bishop pulls him up, and he and Toa toss Colton into a powerbomb. Air raid crash from Toa and cover for a 1-2. No. Jay and Austin run in to stop the pin. They get sent outside by Cage and Toa. Cage whips Toa right over the barricade. Cage grabs Jay. Jay sends him into the post. In the ring, Bishop kicks and the turning Colton. He double underhooks, back body drop from Colton. Tag to Jay. He chops the big man into the corner, over and over. Whip to Bishop. Reverse splash is missed. Jay locks up and hits a spinning Uranagi. Cage in. Lariat guns with a 3-10 to Yuma. Bishop drop kicks both men out of the ring. He's left with Jay. Lifts up Jay. Tries for switchblade. Bishop counters. Distracts the referee. Nana distracts Jay. Knees to the lung of Jay. Cover 1-2. And we get another kick out. Nana with the belt in the ring. He enters the ring. And now, guess what? For whatever freaking reason, we need this shit. Anthony Bowens comes down. Snatches the belt from Nana. Nana staring at Jay. Bishop rolls. We try to get a pin, but Bishop, they roll out. We hit a Blade Runner. Cover 1-2-3. And ladies and gentlemen, your new winners your winners and new Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions, because hey, this is how we keep Jay White feeling relevant, I guess. The Bull Club Gold, Jay White and the Guns. And after the match, it's not even in these notes. We get the Bullet Club Gold staring down their new buddies in crime. The Acclaimed with Daddy Ass at the top of the ramps. They have a stare down. The Colton boys look like they're about to cry because their daddy's coming back to save their asses. And I guess we're going to get the Bang Bang Scissor Club because they're going to be able to sell merchandise that says Bang Bang Scissor Club, Bang Bang Scissor Gang on it. And so that is the future fate of your Jay White. Mr. Miguel, can you hear me? I don't know why you aren't outraged that we are about to get the Bang Bang Scissor Gang. Jay White's been regulated to Ring of Honor 6-man tags with the Guns. Congratulations to the Guns. And they're going to be working with a super faction, the Acclaim. Mr. Z, have you fallen asleep? Are you in your are you drowning in your own tears of sorrow as you cry as I read all that crap?
Oh man.
For your thoughts.
Jay, why'd you leave New Japan? At this point, you really have to be second, third, fourth, and fifth guessing yourself.
Should have gone to WWE. Oh, I'm pissed. I hope so. I want to feel some emotion coming out of you after what they did tonight. I can even see Mr. Clarke trying to hold back the tears and then just
Before you donate plasma, you're supposed to stay hydrated. My tears have too much salt in them over this shit.
It's a sad day. Jay White. He was in the Continental Classic, wasn't he? He was in the last final 3 for the Gold League, right? Continental Classic was so good because there was stories. But where are those stories now? Jay White's regulated to 6-man tag matches and the Ring of Honor 6-man tag titles and working with the Acclaim. So you can get a full circle story with the Guns. Jay White has been dragged into a storyline with the Guns and their daddy and rebuilding this super elite. So is the story about the Guns reuniting with their daddy, or is it really about anything to do with Jay White, or is he just a sideshow to the circus we're about to see? And how important are the Acclaimed? Wow, that's a super group with all the 3-man tags. You have the trios tags and the 6-man tags in a super group. Wow, what a super group. Oh, wait, fuck. Great. Now what is Tony Khan going to do? A 12-man tag or a 6-man tag title? Are we going to get 6-mans? Is that what that's going to be? AEW, 6-man tag titles. Acclaim and Bullet Club. The Bang Bang Scissor Gang going to be your future 6-man, 12-man, whatever they're going to call it, tag team champions. And Mr. Clarke over there looking at me like, shut up, fool. But at the same time, he's going, it's scary because that could happen.
Orderly, homie. Don't give him ideas.
Miguel. Mr. Miguel. You got silent. You're too quiet, my friend. You need to go get high. You can laugh at this shit. Like I said, I went from something awesome to this shit. Wasn't he a former leader of Bullet Club? One of the most decorated factions in professional wrestling across the board.
That's why it's so freaking irritating.
Who did he take
If you want to talk about a variation of falling from heaven, this is a prime example.
Who did he take over Bullet Club from?
Kenny Omega.
Oh. Yeah, Kenny Omega. What happened to him?
Before that, AJ Styles.
God, I'd rather see... Could you not be happy? Mr. Miguel, would you rather see Jay White wrestle in AEW? Really rather see him in a Royal Rumble where he's in the ring with Finn Balor and AJ Styles? Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Yeah. Anyways, we're backstage. We're backstage with Adam Cole standing by Wardlow. And guess what? He repeats the same shit. Wardlow's going to win the championship. They're the Undisputed Kingdom. He has to have the big band fields, and all Wardlow gets to say is, boom. Undisputed Kingdom there at your best, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Cole repeating the same shit for a third fucking week in a row. Wardlow's going to win the world title. The only thing he didn't say is going to give it to me. Or we're going to win the world title, as he referred to it. What do you think about that? Boom. At least Wardlow was wearing an Undisputed Era t-shirt this time. Cool. Up next, we got Toni Storm out for commentary, which just took away from this match. I don't get why we needed her out there. We got Deonna Purrazzo and Anna Jay in a pretty decent match. Of course, if you could watch it in picture-in-picture, because half of this match was in picture-in-picture. Another quarter of that match was watching Toni Storm in black and white make funky faces and call whoever it was in commentary Mr. Shivani and act like that was Tony Schiavone and that he's clean-shaven. It wasn't
Ian Riccaboni.
Yeah, it wasn't even
She could have called
Shivani.
him Tony Schiavone, yes, but
Yeah, she was referring to me like, hey, anyways, and it took away from the match. I felt like we're gonna lock up. Deonna makes it easy work of Jay, then wipes her hands. She crawls under Anna, rolls her up for a 1-2 no. Jay works the arm for a cradle and gets a 1-2 no. Deonna uppercuts the right arm, another uppercut. She drops Jay with the arm, then stomps the elbow, cover for 1-2 no. Jay kicks her away, hits the corner, head to the apron, right hand to the head, then a neck breaker onto the ropes. She enters the ring and covers for 1-2. We are back from commercial break. Eventually, I guess they have a coverage. They had issue, and we come back and Deonna locking in. What's the finishing maneuver name?
I forget how to say it.
That is wifey, you don't know her finishing maneuver name.
I'm paying attention more to wifey than I am to.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's wifey. You should know her finishing maneuver name. I don't like it.
Something D'Angelo de Milo, some shit like that.
Yeah, the D'Angelo de Milo. You're right. There you go. Good job. This match went 6:41. It was okay. I think a lot of it got distracted because you got picture in most of it. And then they kept cutting back and forth between Toni Storm and that. And then they botched the whole thing because Renee hops in the ring, talks to Deonna. She gives her a chance to say something, but Toni gets on and bickers back and forth. They talked about how they used to be like sisters, and she doesn't know what. So Deonna didn't know what was wrong with her Toni. She doesn't know Toni anymore, and Toni doesn't know Deonna, and blah blah blah. It was a back and forth, and every time Toni was on, they went to a black and white screen. Deonna Purrazzo brought up that she's the greatest technical wrestler in the world, and Toni goes, "What? Technically speaking, Deonna is artificially a tanned hag. Her past is none of Deonna's concern. She ought to get in the ring and punch her, but they must go to a commercial." She even announces a commercial in black and white. Toni Storm in the middle of a promo and goes, "We got to go to commercial." So she goes, tits out, whatever, head up, chits out, and watch out for the shoe. And Mariah May tosses the shoe at Deonna Purrazzo. Deonna Purrazzo tosses it back at May. May takes off running out. The shoe gets thrown back in the ring at some point, gets thrown back out of the ring. Who cares about? I think the shoe got more over in this few minutes than anything.
Jeez.
And Luther, of course, had Toni on his shoulders during all this garbage. I'm sorry. I know that's wifey. She didn't do anything wrong. They had a decent match between her and Anna Jay for what you're going to get with Anna Jay. And I love Anna Jay. You know that. But, and then they botched this because half the time they had one moment where they were showing Deonna Purrazzo. She was still in black and white. They forgot to switch it off. And then they went back to Toni Storm. And then they went to color. And then they're like, oops, it's Toni. We need to put it back. Oh, my God. Even Kevin Dunn would be crying in tears for how bad this video display was botched. The floor is yours. Talk about wifey.
The only thing that when Deonna calls herself the best female technical wrestler, I'm wondering if at some point in this story, if Serena Deeb shows up to say, "Wait a minute, not you, but I."
Is that all you got to say about this match?
It's goofy work. There's nothing much really to say about it. They're showing off Deonna for the AEW crowd. If you're following her career, you know how good she is. But this is the first viewing, the second viewing, technically speaking.
The second
viewing. Okay.
First one,
she's going to be in a story with Toni Storm. That's what this is set up. Because of Toni Storm and the way they're handling her character, I'm already bored. That's the problem.
And I don't know if this is going to get Deonna over with an AEW crowd. Now, if you followed her before, you're going to be okay. But if you're looking at it purely from an AEW standpoint, I think they're dropping the ball on one of the biggest, where they talk about one of the biggest name signings. I mean, she was up there with Mercedes Moné as one of the biggest female names left out there to sign. They brought her in, and I'm like, You're going to drop the ball.
Didn't give her the pomp and circumstance that TNA did. TNA, a smaller company with less money, and it's not really about all that much money. It's just about letting her do her thing. But they did not give her the real virtuosa. They've kind of given us her the AEW Deonna Purrazzo. Whatever the hell that is.
Anyways, from there we moved into a tag team match that nobody really wanted. We got Top Flight versus Private Party. Private Party wins with his hand on the ropes. Yay. Go ahead. I'm sorry, it was a flyby match. It was like Kansas. You just drive through it.
But it went a whole 10 minutes and 19 seconds.
Also, they could get a 5-minute overrun with garbage at the end of the show.
This is so sad. Private Party. Well, they're just coming back as a tag team, so I guess it is what it is. Whatever. I think back to when AEW first started and they were first promoting Private Party, the vignettes and in the bar and having actual mic time and actually saying something at least halfway funny. Maybe not necessarily serious, but at least it was entertaining.
Yeah.
Where we are now, Top Flight, when they first came into the company, I thought they were kind of the second coming of Private Party. Because they were the next, because Private Party came in, a year later, Top Flight came in. And it was kind of like, they're kind of mirror images of each other, at least similar in style.
Yeah.
And now to look at both teams, where we are now, just like, Tony Khan, I don't even know what to say about your booking, dude.
From there, we got a video package of Sting and Darby Allin. We get a little video package there talking about being tagging and being 26-0 as they tagged, because records matter all of a sudden this week. We're going to tell everybody how many wins and losses we have, because that's important. Because Tony Khan got himself in a mess last week talking about people are 28-1. He's so now we're going to ram this down our throats for a while until they get bored, and they want the tag team titles, and they'll get them. So now Darby Allin and Sting are wanting the tag team titles, but Sting's supposed to retire. Sting's supposed to be taking on the Young Bucks from last week, but no, maybe they're not taking on the Young Bucks. Maybe they're going to take on Ricky Starks and Big Bill. Are they going to do that before? Here's what we could see. We could see them next month win the tag team titles, then go into Revolution, face the Young Bucks, and then lose and drop the tag team titles to the Young Bucks. Won't that make everybody excited? I could be probably a little better if Sting and Darby Allin beat Big Bill and Ricky Starks for the tag team titles at Revolution. Sting retires, and he comes like the next Dynamite and does his official retirement speech from professional wrestling. Him and Darby Allin leave the tag team titles in this moment, and now they vacate him because Darby's not really going to have a tag team partner. And I don't really want to see Darby try to team up with somebody else with those tag team titles, forfeit the tag team titles, put the tag team titles up in a tournament, give us a tag team tournament to maybe make your tag team division feel important again. This might be a saving grace. So if this is the direction we're going, I might be able to solve it a little better than Sting, Darby Allin, and the Young Bucks. But again, if everybody was like they're saying, well, Sting picked the Young Bucks. Sting wants to face the Young Bucks in his last match. Then why does it seem like they're changing directions? Unless we're going to get them having the tag team titles before they face the Young Bucks at Revolution, and then they're going to face them, and then you have to assume that the Young Bucks are going to win to take the tag team titles off of them. Is that what we want to see? You guys want to see Sting in his very last match lose to the Young Bucks? Will it make sense? Well, okay, cool, sure. Maybe it'll make sense. I don't know if Tony Khan's booking makes sense, but at least we know he's going out in retirement. They got to win to get the tag team titles, but do you really want to see the Young Bucks win over Sting in his last match? Somebody tell me. Go, yeah, that's what excites you. That's what gets you jolly. That which gets you like the guy had in the sign, I came, scissored, and came again.
What the bleep?
There was a sign in the crowd tonight that said, I came, I scissored, I came again.
Okay. Some people have too much time on their hands.
Your thoughts on this vignette? Thank you for those wise
execution.
Thank you for those wise.
I can't make an argument for anything out of this vignette. I'm just like.
Thank you for those wise, and prolific words of great wisdom from the Mr. Clarke. If you would have said nothing, it probably would have been better. I was just kidding. Yes. Anyways, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Yes. Are we ready? Yes. Who? Yes. What? Yes. AEW World Heavyweight titles on the line.
Let's
Go ahead.
Get ready to. Never mind.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yes, the PG version, as opposed to Triple H's version.
Let's get ready to suck it. We won't bleep it here, but AEW bleeped it tonight.
Thank you.
Oh. All right. Hook versus Samoa Joe for the AEW World Championship. Miguel is chiming in. So much for those 3 warning letters about signs. Oh, so much about those warning letters about signs. Well, but that's not inappropriate. I mean, you can take it inappropriate, but it's really not inappropriate. But hey, don't put a sign up that says anything about Kyrie Ray, Chris Jericho, or Chris Jericho and NDAs. That's the official word. I mean, from of course, people are coming out going, "No, that's fake." There are so many people attacking it. You go, "No, this is fake." AEW doesn't put out things like this. Why would they say things like that? They're not going to discourage fans from having signs. I'm like, bullshit.
Hell, even WWE did at one point.
Well, Miguel, when
you in the wrestling business,
Miguel, when you went to your AEW show in Stockton, did they even look at your sign? I'm curious. I don't know. I'm sure, yeah, WWE, we know when they come in, they're looking at your signs. I don't know if they specifically look at your sign and let it go, but somebody's watching for signs somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if when you walk in, I haven't been to a wrestling show again. I don't really take signs. If I go to a wrestling show soon, I'll probably take a Value Wrestling sign. That's about it. Anyways, Joe and Hook for the AEW World Championship. And we got Joe chants louder than Hook chants, sadly, tonight. And then we got Joe's gonna kill you throughout the arena. So, poor Hook.
Well, we knew that.
Yes. Hook rushes Joe in the corner after the bell rings with a whole flurry of punches. Joe catches Hook and tosses. Yes, they did. They did look at his signs. See, they do check your signs. Joe catches Hook and tosses him outside. Joe follows and Hooks continues to punch his way into hell. Joe grabs him and chops him on the chest, whips him to the barricade. Hook hops up onto the barricade in a very sloppy, he's running, he gets whipped and he runs and he slows down and he kind of climbs up. He didn't really hop up. He just kind of it was kind of sloppy there. And this is where I was like, this is why Hook doesn't need to be here yet. Hook hops onto the barricade, turns with a flying fist. Joe sends Hook into the ring. Hook hits him on the way in, hits the rope. Joe hits a huge back elbow, dropping Hook. Joe waits for Hook to get up. Hook takes too long, so Joe pulls him up, then starts in on some punches all the way into the corner and chop to the head. Chop to the head, drops Hook. Joe with a chop, whip to the corner. Back elbow, high kick from Joe, snapmare, and a chop to the back of Hook. That was vicious. Joe was not holding back on Hook tonight. No slaps on Hook. No, and I know. Joe with a running kick to the chest. Elbow drop from Joe. 1, 2, no. Hook hooks out. Hook tries for a G-bow with Joe. Hook tries for a T-bone. Joe stops him with an elbow. Hook takes down Joe down, then hits a running clothesline. Hook to the apron as Joe heads outside. Joe with a running fist to the face. Hook brings Joe to the desk. He locks up, but Joe reverses it. Jurgen onto the announce table, and the desk collapses. Poorly executed. You could see this desk was being held up by it wasn't even a real table. When you saw it collapse, you could see the 2x4s they had put under there, that nothing was really screwed in together. It looked really bad when it fell apart. And you're like, nah. They wanted to make sure the table fell apart and they didn't have a bad botch, so they didn't use a real table. Anyways, Joe marches around the ring like a badass, which was kind of funny because Joe was doing his little strut around the ring. He makes full circle and stands above Hook with his hands stretched out. He asks Hook if he understands yet. Hook with the double middle fingers because, Hook's going to be the next coming to Stone Cold. Yay. Joe grabs and power bombs him onto the apron, and that was vicious. Joe rolls into the ring as the medical team checks on Hook. Eventually, the ref enters the ring and starts to count, even though Hook's been out for a count of 20 by now. But he starts to count. He gets to 5, and Hook gets up on his knees, then to his feet. At 8, Hook shoves the Doc, and at 9, he runs into the ring. Ooh, big babyface comeback. Whip into the corner with a huge power slam cover for 1, 2. No, Joe lifts him up on the shoulder. Death Valley driver that was beautifully executed. 1, 2. No, Joe sends him to the corner and hits a muscle buster. Cover 1, and then Hook hooks out at 1. And I'm just like, Joe's muscle buster is one of the most protected moves in wrestling, and the Hook just took it. And you're going to tell me that he's going to kick out at 1. Anyways, Joe's not happy. Huge lariat, a third. Hook punches him into the corner, left, right, left. Joe shoves him, Hook finally hits the T-bone suplex on Samoa Joe. He locks him in for Red Rum, but Joe blocks it. Joe with the clutch. Hook has the fingers in between. Hook fades. Hook is out, and Hook's arm falls 3 times. Cleanly, doesn't land on the leg. Doesn't cause any confusion. Hook gets choked out by Joe. Oh, crappies. Could have made that happen. A decent match for what it was. Went 8 minutes, 42 seconds.
It was the match we expected. It's
Yeah.
going to be a good showcase. I mean, I think Hook did everything right that he could. It was a lot more fighting, a lot more, punching, than trying to do moves that he's not going to be able to hold Joe's weight like that, especially early on in the match.
No.
Especially when he was going for those T-bone exploder suplexes, whatever. It's like, that's not going to happen, and we know this.
So they continue the Hook John Cena movement thing here where he's just, unstoppable. After the match, Hook yells at Joe, asking if that's all he got. So Joe comes in and gives him another muscle buster. Hook gets up again and wants another one. Joe goes to go in and attack, and then we have Hangman Page come out to save a Hook. Why? I don't know. Joe runs off. Adam Page is in there, and then over in the corner in the crowd, Swerve Strickland standing there with Nana, smirking right in front of a camera. Page chooks on Hook, tries to help him up, but Hook stands up and pushes him away. And here's where I'm saying I don't know why you needed any of this aftermath. We know that these guys want Joe. That's clear. We're going to get the triple threat match at Revolution. Cool, whatever. The match was decent. The way you ended it, I think you stole the moment from Hook. Because Hook deserved his moment there. He had this match. For what he has, for the talent and skills he has, for what he could bring to this match, he did really good. Why didn't they just give him a moment to stand up, get his shears, get his flowers after having a decent match with Joe, which is the greatest match of Hook's career? No, is it, but he had his moment. He showed up. They made something special out of it, but they overshadowed it with Hangman Swerve. Then giving Hook his moment, I feel, is stole from Hook's thunder. If you would have let just Hook have his moment, it would have felt special, and I think it would have helped put Hook. It would have brought Hook up if you would have let the moment go instead of him being saved by Hangman, which I don't think Hangman has a lot of good flavor in people's mouths right now just because of the way he was built. I know we're trying to rebuild him and make him feel serious again, but it's kind of like when you got Nana hanging over his shoulder and he can't beat Swerve, it's just kind of I can't really take him as a serious threat. Let alone Hook didn't ask for nobody's help. And Hook was the one that was continuously getting up to get his ass beat down. So why did Hangman come in to save him? Your thoughts?
I just look. Hangman didn't need to be here tonight. As far as the end of this show, we did not need him in the last segment.
No,
it makes no sense. You can tell, like Hook pushed him off. He was like, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't add anything.
I feel like it's so kind of from the moment for Hook.
They would have just allowed Hook to sell it as, hey, he was still asking for more, even though he got his ass beat.
Yeah.
Hey, it's like he's still wanting to fight. Now, was it smart? Obviously not, because we knew he was going to lose, which he did. But the point would have been to sell his toughness.
Yes.
Instead, we are adding Adam Page for no good reason, because it didn't do anything for Adam Page either.
No.
It does nothing for Hook. It's like, yes, it continues the story of saying we're probably going to get this triple threat of Revolution, but we already had that story from earlier in the show.
Yeah, no, that was we already told the story at the beginning. And then Swerve being out there, it doesn't hurt anything. It's fine. He's standing in the crowd. But again, he didn't really need to be out there for a moment either because it was just kind of like, it was just dumb. Let Hook have his moment. Let Hook get up again and get squashed by Joe. And then Joe come out and then kind of look at him and have him get up again. And Hook look at him like, okay. At least Joe could look at him and go, give him maybe a little like in the stare of like, fine, you're getting up. I'm done beating your ass. It gives him a little bit of respect, a little bit of something other than Hangman, who it's just kind of he got punked out by Swerve, so Hangman doesn't feel like if this would have been Hangman before he got hit by Swerve, if this would have been Hangman when he felt like something, maybe it would have felt a little better. But it was just kind of like it was Hangman, who you're like, dude.
I'm not as perturbed by that as you are, but like I think we both agree that Hangman didn't need to be in this last segment.
No.
Period.
Well, it just Hangman didn't add anything to it. He's not elevating Hook. It doesn't do anything for him. It continues the story that you already told us earlier in the night when you had the interviews with them. Why have the interviews?
Yep.
But anyways, that's that story. AEW Dynamite, ladies and gentlemen, for January 17, 2024. And I put 23 in the poll. My bad, my fault. But hey, it happens. It is 2024. My fingers got to typing out of things. Anyways, the poll reads tonight that one person, or at least, out of 4, 1.25 said, well, we didn't die from boredom, so I guess that's a good thing. And then the other 75% said, Tony, please hire a booker. So I don't know if that's legitimately because the show was that bad or just everybody thinks he needs to hire a booker. But anyways, this has been the Value Wrestling. This has been your AEW Dynamite show. We will be back Friday night with your SmackDown. We are inching closer to being a week out this Saturday, 1 week away from the Royal Rumble. We are getting excited. Can't wait to see what's going to happen with that. We pray and hope Seth Rollins is okay. He may not wrestle at Rumble, but hopefully he recovers so we can still have him at the Royal Rumble. We're still waiting for more news and information on that before we really break it down. Make sure you ring that bell for notifications so if any new content, any new videos come up on the air or whenever we go live, you'll be notified first. And if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. And we thank you for joining us tonight. If you're watching this later, we thank you for taking time out of your busy day, busy week, busy whatever, when you're watching this to give us the time of day to listen to us rant, talk, and discuss AEW Dynamite. Make sure you like, share, and comment. We need to get out there into the universe of YouTube. And is there any closing statements you'd like to say tonight, Mr. Clarke?
Whether you're watching us live now or whether you're watching us later, thank you. Thank you.
So for now, we're going to call it a night. We're going to shut it down. We're going to turn this over, and we're going to say adios, goodbye, so long, farewell.
Worldwide, please Lord give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't